Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, the video today is on this 2008 Vauxhall Corsa 1.3 CDTi, and this thing came to me because apparently, randomly, it doesn't start. So what was told is literally that sometimes you come to the car, it starts straight away. Sometimes you come to the car and it cranks, you crank, nothing happens. And then you leave it for an hour, you come and the car starts straight away. Yesterday I had the car right there at the front, right there where the Qashqai was. I moved it here to do the Qashqai. The Qashqai is there ready to be picked up. And now I'm going to try to start it up, see how it starts. And I'm going to move it to over there because I'm cutting the grass. And there's a tiny bit of grass here in the corner that I need to cut. And the car is right over it. So let's gonna see how it starts. Right, so. Okay, it didn't start perfect, but it started pretty much okay. Right, if I don't see this problem, this hard start is going to be a little bit tricky. Ideally, I would have the car here when it's actually not starting, so we could dig into this. There's no lights anywhere, as you can see. Actually, let me see if the engine light is coming on. Yeah, engine light is coming on, so all the lights are coming on. It's fine. Where's the airbag light? Yeah, airbag light is coming on, so it looks like nothing has been covered. So, the guy brought me that as well. He said, if you need it, I don't know why he brought me that, but, well. Right, so let's kind of pull this forward. Okay. Right, so we're gonna put it right here. Okay, somewhere here. And I think what I'm gonna do, guys, is give you a scan. Well, I'm gonna finish to cut the grass first. Give you a scan, see if there's anything there that might help us. And I'm gonna randomly start this thing until it comes up with the complaint, because at the moment, as you've seen, twice, 3 times, it started absolutely fine. The first time obviously was here since yesterday. It took a little bit longer, as you might have seen. I don't know if the glow plugs are good, maybe around there as well. It could be that that didn't help the starting from cold. But anyway, guys, that's the issue. So I think the next thing we're going to do is just plug in the maxi-sys and see if there's anything that can help us. Okay, good morning. Next day, it's going to go on this thing again. And as I said, we're gonna give it a scan today. And see if there's anything on the ECU that point us into any direction. And we'll go from there. Let's just see once again how this thing is gonna start. I haven't started the car since yesterday. So let's gonna get it started. Yeah, relatively well. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, let's gonna give a scan and see what we have. Okay, as usually does, I just went to check which engine is on this, and the engine on this is the Z13 DTH, that one. Just make sure we scan the correct engine. Let me see what we have here then. Ooh, that's not very good. This is not very good. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Around the engine, this thing has been definitely touched. You can see, actually, you can see here like 3. Actually, let me give you a better picture of this. So 3, 4, then on the back of these injectors you have a 2 and I believe a 1 in there. So they are 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why have they been put wrong. These injectors have been programmed correctly. This injector is completely scuffed here. I can't even see the code anymore. The other ones, you kind of can. But this one, definitely, you're not going to be able to decipher the code anymore. But that would not make a intermittently non-start. So, right. Unless I see it happening. The glow plugs, it looks like they look quite clean to me. Don't know if they've been done recently. We might can do a quick measurement on these glow plugs. I'm gonna have to ring the guy and ask him if there is certain circumstances where the car definitely doesn't start, or if it's just completely random. I'm trying to see what to make out of this, because at the moment I really don't know. It might worth to check the ECU. Maybe. Will it have that as an issue? Okay. Let me see what we're gonna do with this. Okay, let's gonna do a quick measurement of the glow plugs. So number 1. So about 1.2 ohms, that's about right. 1.2. 1.1. And 1.1. So I would say they are all about right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out exactly when the car makes, or when the car doesn't start, if there is under certain circumstances, or if it's just completely random, because otherwise there's nothing to fix if there's no issues, isn't it? What am I gonna do? Okay, and as I was just to do the start of the video for that car, which am I gonna leave the start, so you're gonna see the car is literally just doing it. You see? So let's gonna quickly and the diagnosis. So it doesn't really start. Let's quickly trouble codes. Please tell me there's some trouble codes. No trouble codes detected. Okay. Live data. I don't know where it's going to be. I want to see my fuel pressure. That's the first thing I want to do. None of this. Common rail fuel pressure. Well, I do have fuel pressure, as you see. Obviously it's went off, but I had fuel pressure there. Let me go back. Let's go back in there. So desired and common rail, and that's my voltage. So 1 MPa. When I crank, he asks for 37, and as you can see, we have the 37 MPAs in there. So the battery is getting really low. Let's gonna put the battery on charge and see what we have. Okay, battery is charging, the car is still not starting, at least the last time I tried a couple of minutes ago, and I've loaded some more live data. So in this case, I haven't seen nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just gonna show you this for the video purpose. So the next thing I wanted to look was to see if I had engine and camshaft rotation, especially the engine rotation. But I guess if that was an issue, I would have a code, but let's gonna have a look. There we go. So I do have and yeah, at the moment there's nothing on live data that could point for anything causing the car not to start. Absolutely nothing. The car still throwing no codes at all. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna scan the other modules, see if there's anything on the other modules that will point into any direction, I guess, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, we don't worry about that for now. Power steering, it's electronic, I don't know if it is, doesn't really matter. Body control module, let me see what the body control module tells me. I'm not really sure how to proceed at this point. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And I think you don't have, it's not going to be anything else, isn't it? What else can it be? There is no codes at all. If it was like no communications with certain modules, or immobilizer is going to be part of the body control module, so I'm going to have communications most likely. There we go. Yeah, because it's part of the body control module, so yeah, no codes. Right, I don't really know at this moment exactly what to do. What am I going to do? Right, let me think. Okay, we're gonna try something here, which is I'm gonna spray a little bit of easy start on the intake, but before I do it, I'm gonna try to crank it just the way it is, make sure it's still not starting. Then I'll spray a little bit of easy start. If the car starts, or if the car runs on the easy start, that will possibly start to point to an injection fuel problem. Fuel, we've seen we have the pressure there, so everything is there. So the only other thing is going to be the injection system. But let's gonna do it. Let's gonna try first. Try to crank without spraying anything. Make sure it's still doing the same thing, and then I'll try with a little bit of easy start. Okay, as you have seen, it pretty much runs on the easy start. Even stopped cranking because it got the signal that the engine was running. I could feel it on the key because it just stopped cranking. So I think I think it would run on easy start. I could put easy start more here close to the intake, but we have seen why it does. It nearly pretty much goes with the easy start. So right, so will that be my problem? Someone left a glow plug behind. Okay, and first impression, it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very good. Okay, I just want to make a test. So look at that, blocked. Look, this view is already getting in the water. So everything is blocked up. So we had a lot of rain yesterday, for example. I don't want to do it anymore because I don't want to damage anything further. But we had a lot of rain yesterday, so I can guarantee you all of these was full like it is now. Look in there. So it's not draining, so that middle one is not draining. That one is blocked. Look at this ECU where the water is right now. Look, the entire ECU is in the water. Right, let's gonna drain this. So I have a feeling that is going to be my issue. Okay, ECU is out, and I will be very surprised if water hasn't found a way in yet. I'll be very surprised. So it's going to give it a clean and try to see if we can open it and inspect. There it is, all shiny. So I think the next challenge now is gonna be open it. Although if water go into the sealant, open it is not really gonna be much of an issue. The issue is gonna be remove these bolts. Let's see how they come off. Okay, not too bad so far for the first one. Now there is one thing here. Okay, not bad. Now there is a couple things here. One is, it looks like there is two colors of silicone here. Can you see there? The black one underneath, and then the gray. Are you seeing it? Don't know, has this been open in the past? And second is this number here, this label here, 3620. It's strange. Don't remember seeing these labels on these ECUs in this place. I haven't done one of these cars or ECUs for a long time. Oh yeah, this has been done in the past. Look, someone has cut the screw here using something to cut that screw. Or at least is what it looks like. Let me actually see if it is. There it is. the cover of a one, the same as this, and there is no cut in there. So definitely looks like someone opened this in the past and used the grinder to slot the screw to be able to take it off. So this issue looks like it's been done in the past. This is not very good if this has been opened in the past. It's not very good. Okay, screws are out. Oh. It is still, looks like it's still solid. It's not, or maybe not. Okay, it's gonna carry on forcing to open this ECU and see how it goes. All I'm gonna do is spray around, forcing it like so, here on this side, carry on doing this until it splits open. Okay, and this ECU has been 100% done in the past. There were signs everywhere. Okay, looks relatively clean on this side. Let me get that. Okay, and this ECU actually looks very, very clean. Very clean. It doesn't mean there is not an issue with it. But it is definitely very clean. Okay. Yeah, definitely it doesn't look like this is going to be the issue, because everything looks very, very clean. Okay. Yeah, there is no signs of this ECU has been definitely opened in the past. Yes, 100%. Let me see if there's no signs of solder here. EEPROM. Yeah, EEPROM has been touched. Yeah, EEPROM has been touched. So I would say, so there is definitely marks that this EEPROM has been touched. So I would say that this ECU is not the original, and someone swapped the EEPROM from the original ECU into this one. That's what it looks like. Right. Not really sure what to do at this point, but we'll figure something out. Okay, and now that I came here to see if I could scope the injectors, see if they were pulsing. As I came here, plug it in, turn the key, and it fired right up. Man, what is going on with this? Why? I mean, something intermittent like this, it's going to be the ECU. It can't be anything else. And it's running. I got the pin out of the car already using the IM608 in case if we need it, but I can only think it's going to be the ECU. Unless, hold on, let's check something here. Okay, I was thinking out loud, and I should have thought before I speak. I wondered if it could be a relay that was not making contact every now and then. But if that was the case, and from what I've seen, there's two relays here for the ECU. This red one and that one there. And these two relays, I think this one is as well. But this one, if I remove that one, I'm not sure. I would have to check. I'm pretty sure these ones are. But if I remove this one, the car still starts. If I remove these two, one at a time, whatever, there is no, there is all sorts of lights flashing. The immobilizer light comes on, and the car doesn't even. This one, the car doesn't even crank, and that one the same. So obviously, it can't be the relays. Otherwise, the symptoms would be quite different. Yeah, I think I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do now. Maybe don't know what. I'm a little bit lost right now. Oh, okay guys, so this is actually a few days later, very few days later actually. As you might have seen, I've got the VXR finished first, and in the meantime, as I was here moving these things back and forwards, I managed to do a few checks. Unfortunately, I didn't record them because you never know when the thing is going to start or is not going to start, so it is a little bit difficult to tell. As you've seen on the last, when it's not going to start, so it's difficult to tell when it's not going to start. So if you've seen the last clip, you've seen that I was trying to scope the injectors just to see if they were pulsing, and believe me or not, as I was moving this thing back and forwards, it happened that well, moving it back and forwards, I was just moving it from here to the gravel at the back, so I could get the VXR here, then moving it again. Then I had another car that I had to do in the meantime for a friend of work to do something else. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. What matters is one of the times, so that time it didn't work. Then was one time when I moved it, actually was at the gravel, and it didn't start. I quickly grabbed the scope, connect everything, went to start it up, boom, it started again. So it is so frustrating because I can't predict when it's not going to start, and I cannot make it to happen as well. So it's not something that I can force it to do it. But there is a couple of things I've done in the meantime. In the meantime, actually, I managed to scope it. In the meantime, I should have recorded, but I didn't have the phone with me at the time. And well, long story short, the injectors are pulsing, all four of them. Even when it's not starting, they are pulsing. Another thing that I've done, just thinking if that would do any difference. So I've tried, when it's not starting, I've tried to unplug the airflow meter in case if the airflow meter was giving wrong readings, although I could have checked that on live data. But again, one of the times I was just trying to move the car, the hotel was actually plugged in on the VXR, and I was just trying to move the car and it didn't start, and I thought, let me take this opportunity to try different things to see if anything makes any difference. Tried to unplug the airflow meter, didn't make a difference. Try to unplug one injector at a time, did not make a difference. Try to unplug the camshaft sensor. I know, a little bit overfetched, but it didn't make a difference. What else have I done? I can't remember now. I think that was those things I've tried. None of them made a difference. So now I'm going to start the car. I'm going to try to record now. I just wanted to establish a few things. So the first thing we're going to do is here. I want to see if I can spot something when looking at my, where is the thingy? Airflow sensor. So the airflow sensor is reading 0 kilos per hour. I just had the engine running 2 minutes ago and it did start, so let's see if it starts again. And it's not starting anymore. Oh man, really? Literally, I had the engine running 2 minutes ago. Wow, that's interesting. Let me see something here quickly. Engine off. Let me see if the fuel pump starts. Yeah, it does start. Wait, it's gonna start or no? No, it's not starting anymore. Wow, this is really interesting. Right. Looks like it's doing it more often now for some reason. So what I was trying to establish was I was trying to see what my airflow meter would read when the car is idling. When the car is idling, it was reading about 33 kilos. Ignition on, yeah. So when it was actually running, it was reading about 33 kilos per hour, somewhere around there. But now that doesn't start, but obviously it's not starting, so it's not going to pull the same amount of air. Right, it's only 1 or 2. Okay, so what I was trying to see is if this could be caused by a EGR getting stuck open. And I have a feeling that it might be that. Okay, so as you can see here, I still have all these plastic caps open from testing the injectors. And as I got in there, right, am I seeing this right? Why I think, well, how am I going to do this? Actually, let me take the phone from here. Okay, why do I think, maybe I'm wrong, that these should be open? Why is this throttle body closed? There we go. See that? So this throttle body is getting stuck. See that? I touched it and now it's opening. Look. There we go. You see? So what's happening is when the car shuts off, it closes this throttle body, and then sometimes the throttle body gets stuck closed and the thing doesn't start. And that's why we have so low airflow when it doesn't start. It's going to remove that throttle body and see if we can get it fixed. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to clean this intake here using a screwdriver, and the EGR feeds right here to the entrance, and let me tell you that it's not that bad. There is a little bit of gunk, but it's not that bad. I was checking it to consider if I would remove the intake or not, but that would be the extra work that probably the guy is not interested on. So yeah, so we're just gonna give it a quick scrape here at the entrance just to make it look a little bit better. I'm actually quite impressed on how clean this intake actually is, because usually they get completely clogged, and this one is actually quite good. So Just give it a little bit of a wipe, and then we're gonna have a look at the throttle body, or the throttle valve, whatever that is. Okay, and I spent another 10 or 20 minutes cleaning that thing a little bit better, to be fair with you. Very quite clean intake for what it is. Usually these cars, they get quite clogged. Ideally you would remove the intake, but for reasons that I'm not going to explain here, we're not going to do it. So we're just going to get the car started, and that's it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to understand, well, we're going to clean this to start with and try to understand what was causing this to get stuck, and if it can be repaired, but I think we should be okay. So let me get some more tools and start to clean this. Okay, so it is cleaned, as you can see, and it's definitely not getting stuck anymore. So I'm gonna pull it all the way. If I force it all the way there, completely closed. If I release, it opens straight away. So all the way, look, closed, and it opens. Okay, so it is good now, but I'm gonna try to see if I can lubricate this somehow. Okay, and it's all dismantled. So 3 screws. I need to take this cap. So this is the spring that pushes the thing open. Okay, and when you open the thing now, so first of all, we inspect the membrane, which is absolutely perfect, no problems at all. And then when you close the valve, that pushes up, and that exposes that sort of indentation bar in there. So I'm gonna grease that in there to help it out a little bit, and I think that will be it for now. There we go, all lubricated in there, and guys, it's moving so much easier now. Really, so much smoother. So now we're gonna put everything back on and put it on the car. Okay, and now let's gonna test this a few times using my vacuum pump. So go, fully closed. Yeah, my vacuum pump doesn't really give enough vacuum, I think. Anyway, release. There we go. Vacuum. I'm going to release. There we go. Let's try again. There we go. So I'm happy with the results, and I'm happy that this is gonna, to be honest with you guys, look, is absolutely perfect now. So let's gonna put this back on the car, and I'm 99.9999999% sure that this was the problem. Okay, so everything is back in place. Now we're gonna seal this here, wash all that at the back, put everything back on, and then see how it goes. But I have no doubt that the problem is now fixed. Okay, all cleaned as you can see, and we are now ready to start to put everything back together. All the trims are also washed down, and I still have time to put it all back together today. I'm going to quickly do it, and then we'll try to start it, see how it goes. Okay, everything is back in place except the engine cover, and I just thought this last minute, just for learning purpose, I've disconnected every single injector, and all I want to see and to show you is the difference on the airflow when you're cranking. So if you remember before, the airflow when cranking, when the car was not starting, was about 1 or 2 kilos per hour. I think was peaking at 3 or something like that. Let's gonna see now how much air the engine actually draws during cranking. So airflow sensor, it's gonna crank it. There we go, 5, 6. So that's a little bit of a difference. I know it's not a lot, but it is a difference. So now let's gonna plug in all the injectors back in, and and try to start this thing. A little bit tight. Go. One left. There we go. Okay, everything's back in place. All in place. Let's go to start this. Running. Perfect. A little bit of smoke, don't know if you can see in there. Obviously you'll be messing with the intake and all that stuff, so it's normal. It's just stopped. No smoke at all. Let me show you. There it is. Perfect. Obviously I know before was random, but let's gonna turn it off. Guys, I'm pretty much sure that the problem is fixed. Still, I'm gonna have to put all the tools away now. I'm gonna be here, start and stop here for a few times today. I'll do the same tomorrow morning, and then I guess we will wrap up this video tomorrow. But looks like it's fixed, guys, and looks like that was the issue. But I just wanna be 100% sure. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean all these codes, because obviously with everything we've been messing about, normal that we have all these codes. As you've seen, everything was not present, so it looks like the car is fault free. Okay, following day, let's gonna start and stop this thing once again. I've lost the count of how many times I've done it today. I even drove around the village. It drives like a Corsa. And during that time I started and stopped. I've lost the count now how many times I've done it, and it started every single time. So to be honest with you guys, when I removed that intake, as soon as I saw that valve closed, I grabbed the camera straight away, and being a vacuum actuated valve, I was pretty much sure that it should not be closed in the rest position, if you will. And as you've seen, as soon as we touched it, it opened it, it started to open. So clearly that valve was getting stuck closed, and every now and then when the car wouldn't start, you'd leave it to rest, and the valve eventually would open, and then the car would start, and then until the next cycle, or until the next turn off and back on, because that valve, as far as I'm aware, the only thing it does is when you shut the engine off, that valve closes to allow for a smoother and quicker shutdown of the engine. That's all it does. During driving, that valve doesn't really work, as far as I'm aware. That valve is always open. So that's what it is, guys, in the end. And as you have seen, I was pretty much sure that would be my issue, which I'm very confident that it was. So the car's been running fine, so I'm gonna deem this as repaired. And with no further ado, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information here you guys can find useful. If you do still have any questions, any comments, you know exactly how it works, just put them below. And like always, thank you for watching.